first of all, it's esports, sir. Esports.
Oh man.
Sure. Whatever. Ooh. Interessante. Por favor.
I have a friend who I
By
have
the
a
way, that's a mispronunciation of interessante, por favor, which means interesting, please.
thank you for that, Wandering Winter. I have a friend who has a very strange definition of game versus sport. He believes
Okay.
that the only thing that can be called a game is something like a game of chance, like roulette or something, where there's no skill involved. And then
Okay.
any other thing that involves
There's
skill,
actually skill involved in roulette, but okay. I
okay,
mean,
well then he would say that's a sport.
okay.
Yeah, which I don't
No,
necessarily
the way
agree.
that most like Europeans say it is if there is an element of chance, then it's not a sport. But if there is no element of chance, then it's a sport. So chess is a sport.
I agree chess is a sport.
They
Well, okay,
consider
actually,
they would call it a mind sport.
okay, I don't want to say I blanket agree that chess is a sport because my definition that I'm
Is
working
that it has
on
to be athletic?
is there has to be a physical component.
Well, there is a physical component to chess. You gotta. I say that somewhat jokingly, but actually, it actually does help to be in shape.
Oh, I
Um,
totally agree. I mean, that's just biology more than gaming strategy. Um, I wanna read this in the chat. This is pretty good. It was in response to what comment made Megan heart you, Wandering Winter. It was after I was calculating. I go through this whole thing, and then he's like, "That's absolutely correct." Which, I mean, let's be honest. Whenever I'm right, I do feel really good about myself, and so there's that. And then
By the way,
she
I think it's way more important. I should point out on that. It's way more important that you calculated the right thing than that you calculated it right or wrong.
absolutely, and that's why I took the time to do it. I totally agree with you. If you were here, I would hug you.
I like hugs.
I mean, let's. I mean, oh man, I have this thing. I love hugging guys, and I used to love hugging girls, but then I was in an emotionally abusive relationship, and now I am self-conscious
That's so
about
sad.
hugging girls other than my fiance, and I'm airing out so much dirty laundry for the internet
What
to see.
about what about your family members? Do you not have
That's
any girls who are
that's
family
that's
members?
different. I'll hug them. That's fine.
Okay, great.
I should play a copper before I time out. But then Megan retracted her previous statement, which I just mentioned, and is going to have to say general studliness due to your continued comments. So, well played, sir.
Oh, Megan doesn't get hugs and she's sad.
Megan doesn't get. And this is a guilt trip because. Megan is a female friend of mine. This is not the Megan that I'm engaged to. That she's also named Megan. Anyway, like I even my fiance gives me crap because I'm afraid to hug other girls. And it's like this insecurity I have. I'm a terrible person.
You are a terrible person. I'm
I
glad you
know.
recognize
I
that.
know I am. It's so awful. Let's talk about this board. Attacks Margrave.
No,
Cry-
no, you're just giving in to a drowned colonel.
Wait. Oh, 80K wants me to talk about the board. Okay, let's not talk
He
about the
literally
board.
said, "Okay, but let's talk about this board."
Okay,
It's
I'm
cray
playing another
cray.
copper, and let's talk about hugs for a minute, okay?
Wow, you have
Wandering
at
Winter,
least two. You've just given me all this information.
I'm gonna call you out right now, bro. Okay? I'm gonna call you out because, like, you are such a mystery. You're this guy who, like, you make these videos, okay? And
Yeah,
like we know what you sound like, and like we think you're a guy, but we don't even know that because no one knows anything about you. You're so private on the internet, which I totally respect, and I'm not
I'm a
asking you to
guy.
change that. Whoa!
I'm a guy.
You heard it here first. Wandering Winter's a dude.
I'm pretty sure that's not the first time you've heard that, but
Really?
I don't I have it? It's like the one piece of personal information I think I have on my forum profile. No, no, no. There's two things, you know. I'm a male and I live in the central time zone in the United States.
Ooh, I have PMs? Why do I have PMs?
I don't know. Why do you have PMs?
Uh, oh,
Forum
it's about
survivor?
league matches. Anyway, I'll deal
Oh,
with that later. We're We're
I mean,
looking at
I
this.
haven't been on my forum profile in a long time, as you can see if you look at my forum profile. But
That makes sense. Oh, yes, you are male. You live in the U.S. of A. And
and my screen names.
yeah, there you go. So you're this mystery, and like there have been some events in our time zone that you have I understand not shown up to, but like sometimes wandering when I just want to hug you.
Oh, okay.
Like
Well,
just
you're like
now, and I feel
just
like I'm never gonna get that
first of
chance.
all. So first of all, aren't you Eastern time?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's not our time zone. I live
Wait,
in Central time.
you just said that. Why did I think? Sorry. Anyway, but
Like
the Chicago is
I
pretty
live.
close. What's your time
I
zone?
Well, just because it's in my time zone. You know how big the Central time zone is?
It doesn't matter. It's in your time zone.
I think the closest I've ever been to Chicago is like 2 hours away. And I've only left the Central time zone like once in my memory.
Oh, wow. Impressive. Evie, be quiet.
But I know that I've left it at another point because when I was a small child, I went to Colorado for
Mm,
one of my aunt's weddings.
I see.
But I was like 3, so I don't really remember it.
Um, Fascinating. So basically, what you're saying
I
is
have
that
an aunt. There you go.
oh, we're learning.
I actually have more than one aunt. I have like let's see, can I count? 8. I have 8 of them.
That's a significant number of ants.
Yeah.
I've had that many ants in my house, but that's not AUNT.
Oh,
That's
I've had that many ants in like a glass of mine like earlier today.
that's that's probably not good, bro.
Well, I wasn't drinking out of the glass. It had like a small amount of lemonade residue, which I think attracted the ants.
Mm. Joseph, Wandering Winder is male. He just confirmed that. There's a lot of anyway. I really should look at this board because I don't have any more coppers to play. um,
Yeah, I've also said before I have a sister. Um,
okay, we're just gonna skip the part where we talk about this board and just open Masquerade because it's the best card in Dominion.
oh, but it might not be good.
I don't care. Haven't really. Okay, good call. Now I have 4 coppers to play. Let's just talk some more.
Okay, great. I'm supposed to be writing an autobiography, so
Are you serious?
I am actually.
Wandering Winder,
I'm
I'm
absolutely serious.
I'm not asking you to share this with the forums or anyone else on the internet, but like it would mean so much to me if
Only your whole stream.
no, if you just sent me a PM, I promise I would not share it with anyone else and link you, the Wandering Winder alias, to this autobiography if you didn't want to. I want to read this so bad.
I don't know. I don't know. I gotta finish writing it first, and then I gotta show it to all the people that I'm supposed to write it for. And it's not like when I say autobiography, it's not like I'm coming out with my memoirs and like this long book of blah 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 blah. That was an eloquent sentence.
uh, it's
No, I'm supposed to be writing an autobiography, and I'm trying to get it done by the end of the day tomorrow. We'll see. But it's supposed to be. Well, I had it originally quoted as supposed to be 15 pages, and then the next thing he said like 10 pages. So I don't really know, but I'm just gonna make it, yeah, however long I think feels good.
you know what I always say.
Yeah, but I think if I said that it would not come across very well in this autobiography. So there you go.
That's unfortunate.
Although it
There's
might be okay if I said my friend Adam always says, always
oh my
says.
god! If you mentioned me in your autobiography, I would
I'm
probably.
not going to.
Oh.
I'm really not. Have a copper, sir.
Ooh, copper. Five
Yeah.
dollars?
YTV.
Uh, I haven't really thought about what I'm
Also, you
doing.
say that all the time, and I have no idea what YTB stands for.
You're the best.
Oh. Oh, also, the thing is that you kept reading it wrong earlier.
Yeah, what was that about?
In what way does the author's use of the prison symbolize the protagonist's struggle? And how does this relate to our discussion of the uses of irony? Have you
Uh,
never watched Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
wow, I've seen that several times.
The English teacher, the girl's English teacher, the his girlfriend's English teacher.
Huh. I it's apparently been too long, but you'll be pleased to know that I will never be able to think of I'll never be able to watch that again without thinking of the way you have recited. Oh, and I don't know why I'm buying this, but this seems right. Anyway, I
That
want
helps your draw the most.
it's the idea. We watched the Princess Bride this past
It's a
Thursday.
great movie. It is a great movie,
And I
sir.
thought of you like the entire time because I remember like you just like quoting the entire movie to me. It was
So
magical.
so they had a thing at work last Friday for Talk Like a Pirate Day,
Mm-hmm.
and someone went up and said, "Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepared to." First of all, they said it completely wrong and not in the right accent whatsoever, which was disappointing. Let's be real.
Of
But
course.
also like he's not a pirate. He was a Spaniard. And then
Oh
like
yeah.
it's kind of implied that he's going to become the next Dread Pirate Roberts at the end, but also by the way, fact spoiler alert.
I'm getting really lucky here.
You might say that.
I have made some pretty good shuffle luck so far. Oh, that's so good. Come on, Margrave. Come on, Margrave. Aw, well, we're gonna play Masquerade and then Margrave, which is not nearly as sexy as the other way around.
So, you want to know what I think is going on here?
What?
I believe that I am losing
I believe this is true. You have 0 scrying pool. Oh, you didn't get a potion. Why did you not
yeah,
get a potion?
because I don't think Scrying Pool is all that good on this board. Although if you draw like you did, it's great.
So if you make shuffle luck like I did, it's great.
Yeah. Estate. Ooh.
Ugh, this is no fun. And you have a masquerade. That's just not fun at all. Alan says he doesn't think you're losing, Wandering Winder. He thinks you are lost. I don't quite
That's
know what that
pretty close to
means.
being true. It means it's not that I'm losing. It's like the game's over. I'm actually just lost.
Uh, I would tend to agree. Oh, I was thinking about this. I've watched like the first half of the latest round of videos that you posted, and like there were a lot of them where She Can't Say No just resigned very prematurely because you had a lead, and I'm assuming that he like trusted you, that like, oh, Wandering Winter's good enough. He's not gonna screw up and let me get back into this, so I'm just gonna resign. And then I thought about it, and I'm like, She Can't Say No never resigns against me. So what does that mean?
Well, part of the other thing was we were playing a whole bunch of like, especially the first chunk of those videos, we were playing a whole bunch of unrated games right after Prince came out, just to play with Prince.
Okay.
So, like, once those aren't fun anymore, um, and it's just like that lopsided, it's more reasonable than if it's to resign than if it's like,
Sure.
well, we're playing this like rate like a tournament game or something, you know.
Okay.
Um, like you're gonna hold on to your like 2% more in that situation than you would, and we're playing a bunch of games for fun in a row.
That's understandable.
I will probably resign pretty soon here
Yeah, whenever you're ready.
because you also have a scheme, so you will have your scrying pool every turn.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like gold is good, but not yet. Oh, well then I don't have to make that decision anymore. Sorry about that.
No, no.
You
So I
you
don't
really
mean
don't
that to
think
be racist when I say he's a Spaniard. Um, he refers to himself as a Spaniard in the film.
this is true?
He doesn't actually have a profession. He's in the revenge business.
I remember this very well. By the way, you really don't think scrying pool is good on that board?
No.
Is it because the
I
payload
mean,
is
it's obviously
treasures?
good. It's just the opportunity cost. The payload is treasures, and there's an engine without it. Quite a good engine.
But
With
I've lost so many games where that's the case, and I didn't go for scrying pool.
I mean, I could be wrong. I don't think it's like a huge percentage difference. Because scrying pool is amazeballs, but you don't have like a lot of cantrips. Um, you're gonna end up having to rely on other cards for draw anyway, to some extent.
Hmm. Okay. I think in spite of all that, scrying pool could still be worth it. I mean, that one was an easier decision for me. I mean, I clearly didn't think about it, but I felt pretty good about going for scrying pool, and
Wait,
usually
wait.
my
What
tendency
do you
is to
mean
go away
he's
from
not
scrying
just a
pool.
Spaniard? He's the Spaniard. Oh, I'm interrupting you.
That's fine. I
I
was
have to
done.
talk to ADK. We're talking about Inigo Montoya. Okay. Oh, I was at a wedding 15 days ago. My best friend got married,
Ooh.
and like after that, I was talking to one of my other friends, and of course, we had to say maWWiage.
Oh my god.
MaWWiage is what brings us together today. maWWiage, that blessed arrangement, that dream within a dream, and love, true love, will follow you. No, they refer to him as, he refers to himself as, he says, when he's climbing up the cliffs of insanity, when the man in black, Wesley, is climbing up the cliffs of insanity, then uh, Inigo says, you know, he's like, well, you could throw him a rope to help him get up faster. And he's like, but I don't think you let me do
Oh
that since I'm
yes.
just going to kill you when you get to the
He
top. And
gives
he
him
says,
his word as a
I,
Spaniard.
I
Yeah.
could give you my word as a Spaniard. No good. I've known too many Spaniards.
I also want to point out that I know he's not going to watch this, but the other thing that I was thinking about, besides like Wandering Winter quoting the movie as we were watching it, was
Oh my
the
gosh.
fact that
My best friend
Wesley.
just sent me a text message. She's back from her honeymoon.
Ooh, nice. The other thing I was thinking about was the fact that Wesley from that movie looks just like Rob's.
You think Rob Z888 looks like uh
Wesley.
uh you think he looks like Carrie Elwes?
Uh, is
Who's the
is
actor who plays Wesley in the movie? He also plays Robin Hood and Robin Hood Men in Tights and
yeah, that guy. He looks like Wesley. Yeah. The hairdo in the movie is similar to what Rob's rocks.
your pig fiance is too late.
Hey, my fiance is not a pig. Did you see me showing off the pictures? Yeah, of course you did.
Yes, I did. I wasn't actually trying to say that to you, sir.
Okay, good.
She seems to be quite lovely to me. I mean,
Yes, thank you.
she's perhaps slightly crazy. I mean, she said yes to getting married to you, but
Shh, don't tell her she's crazy for that. She doesn't know yet. But yes. I agree. Alan says that's a pretty good maWWiage voice. Let's just try my own.
I may have said that, at least like 385 times in the past.
Yes. Let me try mine and we'll see. The last time I had a voice off with Wandering Winder, I got crushed. So I'm going to try and redeem myself. Here we go. Knowledge is what brings us together today. And then my other excerpt will be, and laugh. Sorry, I need to not laugh. And you're not helping. And love to love. I actually don't know the rest of the speech. Anyway.
Well, see, it keeps getting interrupted as it cuts to other things. So, like, he says, "We'll follow you," and then you hear coming from outside, "Stand your ground, man! Stand your ground!" And as all the guards desert, and then there's just the guy, and he's like, "Give us the gate key." And he's like, "There is no gate key." And then he says, "Fezzik, rip his arms off."
Oh, you mean this gate key?
Yeah.
Thank you, chat, for telling me that sucked. You're all the best. Except